So today, for just a little bit of a change of pace, we're out here on Vurhonga Savanna multiplayer with nothing but handguns, and I went through and looked at potential loadouts, and I like the one that we came up with. So we have the 454, of course, for the biggest animals, 44 for kind of like mid-size game, the 45 actually specifically for Jackal, and of course we could use the 410 on that for the scrub hair, but the 22 pistol mostly is going to be for them. So a couple of pistols we don't often use. We have Rocky here to help track because we definitely have a little less power than we're used to out here. And I think it'll be fun to actually have this little bit of a challenge out here. We're pretty limited on range. And I was thinking it would be good to kind of ease into a hunt like this and kind of get used to using handguns again. And what better way to do that than with a scrub hair? It's about 100 meters out. I believe they fixed the accuracy of the 22 pistol. That's just fine. So that'll be a good way to start and just kind of, like I said, get used to the scope and everything. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention the most recent clue here early in the video, because yesterday there was a clue dropped regarding what everyone is assuming is a new map. I don't think there's been anything to confirm it is, but it's kind of that time of year where they tend to release new maps, and I have to think, especially given what this clue is, that is what it's pointing towards. So it was actually with their going live image. It looks to me like an image of a map that we don't have in Call of the Wild, and one of the things that I've been talking about a lot lately is a potential kind of North American desert map, and it's actually one of the reasons we're out here on Vurhonga, because if you look at it, it could maybe be another Africa map. That's another thing that I've mentioned a lot, and it has been 3 years since Vurhonga's release, so it could definitely be going that way, but that looks just like kind of North American desert terrain to me, so I'm kind of leaning that way. I'm hoping that might be what it is, and if it is, there could be a lot of really cool species out there that we don't already have in the game, so I'm hoping for that. I wanted to mention that for those of you that haven't seen it. I'm not going to speculate much beyond that because obviously we don't know, but I'd say because of that clue, the fact that it seems to be sort of an image of what's to come, I don't think we're too far off knowing. But with that out of the way now, we'll continue on with our handgun hunt here, and I was instantly excited actually to get to use the collars again because we really don't do that much, but in this particular case it really wasn't necessary. We had all this grass to get through where we couldn't see, but there is a level 1 male warthog out here, and I don't even know the last time we shot one of these, so I want to make sure we don't hit him in the skull, just to kind of make sure that we get the full score. If he goes alert, that'll work just fine. Quick little 44 heart shot, and because we're close, we may, get some aggressive ones. At least that one is. I think we got a lung there, so it's not going to make it quite to here, but glad we got to get a couple of them. I don't expect to get a ton of use actually out of the 44 today, just because of the time of this particular server, so it is currently just past 12:30, and now that we've kind of eased our way into using handguns a bit, we are actually going to go after lions. But first, a 26 scoring male warthog. I'd say that's probably not the minimum weight, although the fact that it's a 0.75 could be. A lot of times you get weight estimates that are either like 0.00, 0.25, 0.5, or 0.75, and I guess there's a chance, but yeah. I don't know if I've shot a level 1 male warthog. We'll taxonomize that for the Hall of Shame anyway. And yeah, as I said, it is lion drink time now. We have not used the 454 yet, but I'd say we're not too far actually off firing a shot, so we'll, since we're in the area, maybe go to the hidden zone first. That's a tough one to hunt with the pistol, but maybe we can use the collar and get close. Now, if there's any pistol that I'm confident out to 100 meters easily with, it would be the 454, and this is a pretty good opportunity for a hard shot with that frontal angle, so we'll try this. And the 454, as you can see, definitely has enough power to do that, so at least we don't have to track it, because that's one worry I do have with the lions specifically. They run really fast, and if we make a poor shot, I have a feeling we're going to be dealing with the render glitch, so I'm hoping at least that we can make shots like that for the most part, but we'll kind of see. It's still early in lion drink time. I do want to go down to the kind of Cape Buffalo feed zone in the southeast here soon, but we'll maybe go to another lion lake first. But anyway, just to see, yeah, that went through like half the lion there at 100 meters, so as long as we can get those kind of shots lined up, I think we'll be fine as far as hunting them. It's kind of surprising to me just the amount of times that it seems like spot and stock's better than calling, because everywhere we could actually go and be well set up, we couldn't see these guys, and I don't like to try to set up and call when I can't see the animals, because sometimes they just simply don't respond, and I don't want to be you know, set up in some brush somewhere, waiting for an animal to come in that's just sitting there drinking and I don't know it. So by the time we get to a spot where we can actually see them, we're just basically in range to actually end up taking the shot. So, I mean, I can't complain. Managed a hard shot and a gold line on that one. If we don't get to use the colors as much, that's fine. I just sort of expected to. But it is now just after 1400. That's the time I actually like to go and check this particular feed zone for Cape Buffalo. So we'll sort of head up that way from this outpost. As far as I can tell at least, that level 8 is the best buffalo up there. And instead of spending the amount of time it would take to crawl all the way up there and try to get in view, because we've done that plenty with like bows and other weapons that we've tried to take diamond buffalo from that particular feed zone from, it never really goes well anyway. It always gets to a point where we can't see well enough and the buffalo end up spooking. We may track that warthog in a moment, so I'm going to leave a waypoint there. But this is what I was hoping. Actually, we even got the specific buffalo that I was hoping to actually come and charge. So hopefully we can take this guy out with a couple of quick 454 rounds. That's a vital hit. And that might be a little back, but it's going to bring him down quite quickly. And I think he's actually the only one that charged, so I don't think there's a better way that could have gone. We're literally right here where that max weight estimate warthog was anyway. So we'll just kind of pick this guy up. Solid 144 mythical. And we'll go and see if we can find this warthog. And he is unfortunately just a level 4. So this might not be the best way to get the full score. But I think we're going to try to just hit him with a 454 on the run. There's a chance, because the 454 has 100 penetration, that even from a not very good angle we might get a lung. He actually went broadside there. I guess that wasn't vital, because he's still going. I guess that wasn't either. I'm amazed his health's not even dropping from that. I mean, that's a pretty big round for him to be taken, but he can't go that far from it. We were so close. I actually don't know how. The second shot didn't hit him. That does explain why he ran so far. But I know the 454 is a slower moving round, and I was hoping that the lead that we put on was right. It's just a little bit too high and a little far forward, but he was just a 4, so I think I'd rather do that than track him for longer trying to get a proper shot and maybe waste time that we could use looking for other animals. So a quick server switch. It happens to be early morning, and we can see this area continues to be just absolutely ridiculous for Gemsbuck. And if you want to see, it's this lake down here in the Fever Tree Forest. Now, I'm kind of thinking, despite the fact that I don't see any huge ones, there is a level 4 right in there that at least has a decent shot of being diamond, so I'm not sure I even want to attempt to call these. There's going to be so much moving, it might be harder to get a shot at her. So I want to continue moving over. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything while they're all sitting here still, and if there's no bigger ones, we'll probably go for that. It really is almost more impressive that there's not even like a level 5 troll in here than the fact that there is one decent one. But I mean, 110 meters, we've done quite well with the 454 already, and we kind of did some work on where to aim for a heart shot on these guys in the past. So we're going to try to go for that and then a little higher. And I think we got it. So now the move is going to be, as the entire crowd moves over there with just Gemsbuck fleeing, I want to spot and try to make sure we didn't miss anything big. It's hard to even get to pick one out in particular. I don't see any huge horns though, so I think we got the best that's here. Quite honestly, I kind of stopped even chasing the bigger level 4 Gemsbuck a while ago, so I can't judge these. That is just a gold at 323, so I don't know for sure. I'm guessing these are horns that just don't make diamond. Still a pretty decent one, and I'm quite pleased with that heart shot. We've done, like I said, really well with the 454. I think we're 3 for 3 on the heart shots now. At the very least, we get to actually use the call this time, and we're bringing in, it looks like, maybe a couple of springbuck. I'm not sure if that guy's coming in, but this one here is a little bit bigger, and I'm thinking we're actually going to use the 45 here because I've just not seen any jackal whatsoever. And even though that's the reason that I brought the gun, it'll still do pretty well, I think, on the springbuck, and I definitely want to actually use it. We rarely bring it, so while we have it, I definitely want to actually get to fire a shot here. And I did actually look. It has, I think, like 17 penetration. It's really not nearly as good as the other handgun, so broadside's what we want. And I think with the angle, that is a shot we have to take. Definitely going to bring it down good and quick, though. honestly quite impressive. I would say similar to the 243, and it of course is like a class 2 to 6, I think, and this is class 2 to 5. So it makes sense that they're similar, but I kind of thought it might run even further, so can't complain about that. It was just a silver, missed by literally 0.3, so almost got a gold. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to actually get to bring the 45, and I've joined a couple of different servers looking to see if I could get one this Jackal drink time, and fortunately the Springbuck at least cooperated. And on that note, having gotten to use all the weapons that we brought today, I thought we'd stop in here in the Hall of Shame and take a look at our Warthog, and 26.3 score, I realize, is an especially low score. I happened to open the latest harvest just to see, and the female Warthog we shot that went aggressive right after we shot this guy actually scored a little bit higher, so I think that really shows just how tiny that was. But it's actually quite fun to come in here and see some of the tiny racks, and it's always interesting. Like, this was a level 1 True Rax Moose. This, I believe, was a level 2 Legacy Rack Moose, and it's just fun to see all the tiny racks and kind of the comparison between the Legacies and the True Racks. But anyway, it was nice to get out with a different loadout, and I think we're probably going to do another handgun hunt sometime in the future. That was actually fun to get to use the collars and everything again. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.